Hey everybody, welcome to the stream. This is Marlon here, and this is episode 36 of Mushroom Sitting in Minecraft. How you guys doing today? Anybody having a good day today, or hoping that you get better days, especially if it comes to weekends? For me, let's just say that I'm just tired, but not tired enough to stream for you guys. I mean, after all, we do got stuff to talk about, not only in Minecraft, but the weather as well. What do I mean about it? Okay. Sorry about that. I think I got hair on my lip. Alright, so what do we got here? Okay, now we do have a cold front that's present somewhere in southwestern Missouri, northwestern Arkansas. It swings through Oklahoma, Texas, New Mexico, and then changes to a stationary front as it moves towards Denver. And there's a warm front going through the south and then exiting the Carolinas and then changing into stationary front just for a little bit and then becomes a cold front and meets up with a low pressure center just off of the east end of Long Island. But then there's a warm front that goes out to sea. Then you have two areas of low pressure in the west and high pressure in the desert southwest and another one in British Columbia. Alright, so what do we got here? So what we got is that we got 6 severe thunderstorm warnings in New Mexico, Florida, Texas, and one that seems to be very serious, and it will get far more serious though, and it is. 2 flash flood warnings in the Carolinas, 4 special marine warnings in Louisiana, Florida, and South Carolina, and 17 special weather statements in North Carolina, Utah, Arkansas, Oklahoma, South Carolina, Louisiana, Mississippi, Idaho, Oklahoma, Alabama. Alright, so let's go over the Northeast. So what do we got in the Northeast? So basically in the Northeast for the past 3 hours there have been some scattered showers that have dominated throughout the interior portion of the Northeast, but it's nothing widespread though, just some scattered showers passing by in places like the Adirondacks, northern New England, like northern parts of Vermont, New Hampshire, and then towards Maine. Then in the mid-Atlantic, you have some storms that come from the south and through West Virginia. And then we head south, where there has been plenty of action in the southeast. So what do I mean by it? I mean, there's plenty of storms in places like Tennessee, Carolinas, Georgia, much of Alabama, and even Florida. And not to mention that there is plenty of daytime thunderstorms, that are afternoon thunderstorms that are present. Considering that you do have the Gulf and the Atlantic sea breezes colliding, yet the strong winds, they're actually blowing towards the west, but the sea breeze is much stronger as the day progresses from the Gulf, and in the morning the Atlantic had the stronger sea breeze. But primarily it's because you have strong upper level winds. Now that's not the only place, so basically there's still storms in Louisiana. It's been going on for 3 hours. And water's all over places like Lake Pontchartrain, near New Orleans, the Big Bend area, Jacksonville, Savannah, and Charleston. They are experiencing rough waters as a result of severe thunderstorms. Yeah, pop-up thunderstorms are actually still occurring throughout northern Mississippi and the rest and much of Alabama, and as well as Arkansas, Tennessee. They are not gonna stop experiencing some spotty storms. Texas, look at this. Yep, you're getting the dry line that's present in New Mexico and western Texas, and all that has led to the development of some pop-up thunderstorms. Some of them have turned severe, especially in eastern New Mexico, and they're making their move to the east. And there are also some pop-up thunderstorms right along the U.S.-Mexico border in Texas, and especially on the Mexican side. Now we move on to Oklahoma and northern Texas, where you're seeing storms popping up, yet moving towards the east, and it's enough to cause severe thunderstorms and some hail, damaging winds. Yet, in places like Texas, let me see what we got. Now this one in Terry, Lynn, and Hockley counties, Texas. Yeah, they do have an estimated size of hail in terms of diameter to be 3 inches, 60-mile-per-hour winds, and the damage threat assessed by the National Weather Service there to be destructive. And it'll expire in 40 minutes, but in the meantime, time to hunker down and turn off all your electronics for the sake of everyone else. It's pretty bad, folks, over there. Line of showers moving towards the east, yet some thunderstorms are behind that fetch of clouds and showers. Now we move on to the Ohio Valley, where the past 3 hours it's been somewhat dry, but that's not going to last long because you have a batch of showers coming from Missouri, southern Illinois, and Indiana, making its way towards Louisville and Cincinnati, and as well as Columbus, Ohio, in the next few hours. And especially there are some thunderstorms moving towards the northeast. Then you have the Great Lakes region. They have some scattered clouds and showers, especially in Wisconsin, generally coming from the north, and as well as places like Iowa and Minnesota, Minneapolis, currently dealing with some pop-up thunderstorms coming from the north. And Iowa, they have scattered showers and storms present. And there's also more spotty showers and storms on the eastern two-thirds of Nebraska, and as well as some scattered showers and a few storms throughout parts of Kansas. The Dakotas is mostly calm, I would say, for the most part. The Northern Rockies, there's plenty of action located located from northern Idaho and western Montana down towards Colorado. There's spotty showers. Some of them are moving from the west, like Idaho and and Montana, but places like southern Idaho and Wyoming, they're actually moving towards the southeast. And as we move towards places like Colorado and Utah, in parts of Nevada on the eastern side, they do have some showers and storms popping up towards the southeast. Denver getting some showers and storms coming from the Rockies. Grand Junction also getting some showers and storms. Utah definitely getting some widespread pop-up thunderstorms. Down in Vegas, it's all clear, but the desert southwest, of course, I did mention Texas, but eastern New Mexico, it is far from calm. Plenty of storms showing up throughout the eastern part of the state. And it's not good, folks. Hail and damaging winds, and the western side of New Mexico is mostly clear. Arizona, also dealing with some spotty showers, but mostly clear for the most part. But northern tier of Arizona, there are some scattered showers. They're popping up in places near the Grand Canyon. And in California, mostly clear, just a few clouds on the eastern part of Southern California. And finally, in the Pacific Northwest, we had some showers and some storms that occurred 3 hours ago, but some of it has faded away and moved east. But yet, there's still plenty of showers that are still present in eastern Washington State, and as well as, hey, Indigo Moon, how are you doing? welcome to the stream. My stream's doing fine. Currently dealing with the weather in addition to playing Minecraft. We'll get to it right away. So, as I said, folks, plenty of action in places like the South, particularly, the Southeast, and as well as the Rockies and parts of the Pacific Northwest, and as well as parts of the Midwest, particularly in the central Great Plains and Mississippi Valley, and even parts of the Mid-Atlantic, and some showers in the interior part of New England. That's good. Your stream is so amazing. Keep it up. Thank you. Alright. Just another check. So, 8 severe thunderstorm warnings. Oh, there's one that just that's been issued in Canada, but that part we won't get into. We're more focused on U.S. weather. I wouldn't, because the thing is, Radar Omega doesn't really deal with Canadian weather a lot. They're only limited to the contiguous part of the United States. 2 flash flood warnings in the Carolinas, 4 special marine warnings, and 19 special weather statements. All have been issued. There's one in Florida, more in North Carolina. Alright, so now let's... Okay, I hope you're having a wonderful day today. Thank you, Indigo. I will hope that you also have a wonderful day too as well. Alright. Oh man, I forgot to pop up the chat. Hold on just a minute. Yeah. Let me see. Pop up chat. Okay, there we go. Come on, I hope... Oh, there we go. Yeah, because I forgot to do that. Alright, so now, without further ado, let's move on to Minecraft. Okay, here we go. 90210. That's actually the zip code to Beverly Hills, just so you know. You seem pretty chill, dude. Thank you. Let's see. Okay, so the last time, that was back on Tuesday, we managed to get started on creating a compound for... So is this the game that you play occasionally? Well, usually I play Minecraft on weekdays, but not every day I stream. I only stream on weekends, plus a few weekdays, like every other day. And Fridays I also stream, but sometimes I would stream 2 hours straight, or split 2 hour streams into two streams that last for an hour or so. But on weekends, I play Kingdom Hearts. Well, to be honest, by the looks of it, the game looks pretty fun. Not gonna lie. Well, it's a good game. I'm actually playing creative mode because I want to build something like this. This is what I've been working on, but it's been something I've been working on for so many years. Actually, I mean, there were many times that I keep screwing things up, and then all hell broke loose. And this is actually my 4th try. And this year, rather this spring, I actually got back into it and managed to get this part of the city done. But I still have a lot to do. By the way, I wanted to ask you something. What's the question? Hold on just a moment. Let me mute the mic just for a little bit, because background music is terrible. Alright, I'm back. Why haven't you upgraded your channel? Is there a reason? It means there are no decorations like a logo, banner, overlay. Becoming a VTuber for your channel so that more viewers... Honestly, I'm not really interested in doing something like that. I've gotten a lot of questions from people, and it usually results in selling a bunch of art that honestly, like, I'm not really looking into that kind of thing. I mean, I keep getting those and they usually charge me for something like that. But right now, I'm not really in the mood at all. I'm just more interested in streaming games, nothing more. Just stream weather, gaming. That's it. I'll have to show you some of my recent projects. I bet you will love it. Yeah, I mean, thanks, but like I said, I'm more interested in streaming. Nothing more, nothing fancy, just that. Yeah, but let me see. Okay, so I might need a gate. Like a wing. Like right here. Okay, so I'll have to start building the Mushroom Capital building right now. But the thing is, I need to figure out how can I approach this problem, because what I'm trying to do is that I need to make this foolproof. Let me see what I can do about this part. I mean, for the most part, can I send you my Discord? Well, I really don't have an active Discord at this moment. I mean, but like I said, I have too many people that keep asking me about, artworks and selling me stuff. But like I said, I'm not really interested in buying anything at this moment. I just want to stream, nothing more. But thank you for your input, though. Gotta come up with gray concrete. Okay, so gray concrete is something that I need, because this part is where I would build a bunker for, let's say, a world leader. Gray concrete. Actually make that light gray concrete. Light gray concrete. Light gray concrete. Okay, so this is the part where I would lay out this part, because I got a bunch of tracks that go around, that will need to go around the bunker. In fact, let's see what we got. Well, there's going to be a station that's going to occur here and here at the university that soon will be built here, and there's going to be a campus stadium here for a baseball team. But right now, I'm not really convinced about this whole thing. So the best thing I can do at this point would be for me to create a subway station here, here, and here. On the other hand, I would need to... I would need to create better surroundings. Because you need that for anywhere that's within a mile radius. For example, here... I mean, come to think of it, folks, I mean, I might be interested in expanding. But in the meantime, I might as well just go ahead and see if there are any of these that have been accounted for. Alright, I guess I have enough just to get started on this. So might as well, right? Alright, folks, from now on, I'm going to lay down the law here. If I get any more of viewers that keep asking me about promotions and artwork layout, yet would charge me for it, I am not interested in doing that at this moment. I have no desire... Yeah, from now on, it's only just gonna be me doing whatever it takes just to stream for you guys. No gimmicks, no added artworks, the only person who can do the artwork is me. And if I do want someone who wants to do the artwork for me, guess what? It would have to be my closest friends, not random strangers. No offense. But I can't really trust anyone at this moment. You have to be super credible. Hold on. Yep. That's how it's gonna be from now on. If any viewer who has no interest in my stream, just because I reject an offer by anybody, just so that they would show me my artwork and then would want me to buy any of theirs, well, I'm sorry, but good luck. I'm only interested in streaming, not helping out someone else. If you guys want to partake in my community, well, you can do so by just hitting me with a follow. That's it. I am not going to do business with anybody at this moment. I'm only interested in streaming. Nothing else. So here's the deal. Any viewer that is interested in my streams, so without selling anything, well, you're more than welcome to come. But if you're only in it just to sell artwork, I'm sorry, but I am not interested. Yeah, no promotions, no art. This is my stream, and my stream, whatever I say goes. Here's a note to those viewers like who are truly interested in my dreams. I mean, in my streams. If you want to be a streamer, you're gonna have to be careful of people like those who want you to see their artwork and then want your money. Just refuse the money, all right? Just refuse their service. You can only do the either do the graphics yourself or just hire someone you trust. Particularly if family members or close friends, but those in the chat, yeah, not really interested. And if they are legitimate, well, you have to do your research. You gotta do your research. Yeah, if for those who are interested in their artwork, well, you just need to only do your research if that person's credible. If that's legit. If it's legit, fine. That's good. Maybe there's a chance. But someone who you've never met before in your life, sorry, don't do it. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna do things this way. It's 6:34 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Welcome to the stream for those of you just tuning in. My name's Marlon. This is episode 36 of Mushroom City in Minecraft. I decided to change from building the Mushroom Capital building into expanding the city to 2 miles, 2-mile radius instead, and also build more streets down the road. Move. Oh boy, it's raining right now. I gotta get back to base. Okay, enough with the background noise already. Yeah, I think I can hear more background music. Unfortunately, it's just so annoying. Alright. Yeah, I'm doing this in a very repetitive process. Yeah, we're almost there with this part. Just got a few more intersections to do. Excellent. Oops, that's not supposed to happen. So how long are we going to be streaming? Well, actually, the gaming part, 7:20, and then we'll end by 8 o'clock, possibly sometimes up until 8:15. I do have the weather topic of the day in mind since this morning. Can't reveal that to you guys yet. Yeah, I thought it was background music for a second there. I mean, there was, but not much for the mic to pick up. Got a better idea. Let me see if I can try to speed up the process. See, as soon as I'm done with this intersection, I'm gonna speed things up. Whoops. That's not what I meant to do. Okay, so there's gonna be another episode. Well, there is gonna be another baseball game featuring One Piece, but this time it'll be the Dodgers hosting the Chicago White Sox. Although I won't consider myself as an actual baseball fan, just because I like One Piece. But this is something that excites me every time. But it doesn't really change much on me becoming a baseball fan. It's just, but I'm already fixated on which team do I want to support. The Mets. Because, I'm from New York, I'm not gonna say exactly what part of the New York City area I live in, because that's classified. There we go. Yeah, we're getting there, folks. We are getting there. Just got to fill up the intersections. Here we go. Just gotta keep on working, folks. Keep on working. If there is One Piece collaboration with the MLB in regards to, let's say, the New York Mets, I would totally go to a baseball game for sure. But I don't know about the Yankees, though. Maybe the Yankees, but like I said, I'm not really much of a fan of the Yankees. And I gotta get my friends to come down to Citi Field just so that we can watch the game together, and I can get them to watch One Piece as well. We're gonna bench your brother. We're gonna bench your brother. Okay, so it turns out I already did that part. I didn't think I was gonna get that part done, but now that I have, no, I don't know. It just happens. It just happens, folks. It just happens. There we go. Okay, just a little more. Whoops. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I'm too busy here. I don't know why. Yeah, it's about to be morning in the game. Yeah, although it's been so many years since I've watched Family Guy, but it's just so funny that Quagmire loses his legal right to say giggity. That to me is the funniest thing I have ever heard in my life. But I can sing giggity, giggity. Let me sing giggity, please. I live for it. I live for sing giggity. I didn't really watch the episode yet, but it's just so funny for me to imagine what would it feel like if Quagmire, like, it could not resist the temptation of saying giggity for another time, one more time. I want to sing giggity, giggity. Oh, that's so funny. Do you think Brian had something to do with this? Maybe. Or maybe it's some kind of revenge plot or something. But I don't know if Brian would have anything to do with it. If he did, oh boy, he'd be screwing himself up for nothing. right? It's about a few more, and then well, we'll see what happens going forward. But right now, it's all just this. Get there, get there, get there. Get there, come on. Come on. Here we go. Now we are just more than 2 miles away from the city center of town. God. Make me bitch. That's what that driver would say. But of course, it's not funny in real life, though. But still. It's just fun to fantasize. Oh, I got that from 21 Pilots. Having the ride of my life. Oh, oh, oh. I'm falling. There we go. You ever heard of the phrase Netflix and chill? Well, sometimes most of the time when I do stream, it's stream and chill, and that's what I do. Sometimes it does make me feel calmer. Just because every time when I come home from work, I'm like super tired. And then when I stream for you guys, I feel a sense of calm. And even when it comes to Minecraft, me building buildings, that tends to calm me down a lot. So I don't have to bring the stress of work to here. So far, the chat's been mostly quiet ever since someone tried to sell me some things, which I'm not really interested in. But yeah, just about a few more intersections, and then we'll see about what's gonna happen next. But however, there are some streets in certain areas where I'm gonna have to remove. Okay, just a few more intersections after this one, which I believe there's about 3 more to do. Yeah, just 2 more, and then we'll make our next move. Okay, just a little more. Yeah, I'm gonna talk over right now because I can hear background music right now. Hold on, let me mute the mic. Hold on. Okay, now I'm back. Alright. And we all Gucci. Which is good. Okay, so this is South 20th Street, 20th Avenue, and then that's 25th. Man, more background music. Okay, so that's 30. Sun is setting. That one is 35th. Okay, 35th. That is 40th. 45th. 50th. And that's 55th. So what's my next move? So we're actually going to get started in City South. So what's my next move? Let me just go ahead and get started on this. Yeah, we only got about 10 minutes left of the game before we can transition to the national weather discussion. Yeah, I can hear sirens right now. Just finish this part up. There we go. Yeah, the closer the sirens get, I will mute the mic just for a little bit. Okay. Gotcha. Oh yeah, I forgot about that part, but not really. It turns out it's already been filled, which is good. So the sirens are getting close, so I gotta mute the mic. Yeah, so far, that's that for background noise for now. Okay, so what next? Let me see where we're at right now. Where we're at right now is South 45th, South 45th Avenue. Man, why do I keep mixing things up for myself? Just two more intersections. Then we'll get to copying for the remaining few minutes before we transition to the weather. Okay, okay, excellent. Yeah, hold on. Alright, I'm back. So far, things are good right now. Just 3 more minutes. Okay, it's morning in the game. Alright. Now what's next? Okay, just about a few more minutes. Alright, things are good right now. Okay. Okay. Just need to fill this part, and then we'll move on to. I just want to move on to take a picture of the City Center Plaza. It's not gonna be much. There's not gonna be a lot of time for me to do that. I mean, it won't take much time, just so you know, folks. It'll take about an extra 2 minutes. Okay, so right now we are at Southeast 15th Street, 25th, yeah, Southeast 15th Street, 25th Avenue. Okay, I just need my phone right now. Okay, then one more for the henge. It's the middle part of the day. All right. Okay, so let's go back and then we'll stop the game and talk about the weather. Okay, so just got to get to Southeast 15th Street. This is 5th, 10th, and right now we're at Southeast 5th Avenue. Alright, this is 15th Street. This is 10th Avenue. Then this is 15th Avenue. Then we cross into City Center. No, City South. And this is 20th. So what does this mean? It means we're left with here. So let's just leave it there for today. We'll continue with this tomorrow in our double streams for tomorrow. So now what do? Well, we're going to switch gears to weather right now. Okay, so right now things are not okay. We do have a tornado warning, and they're both in Texas. Well, the first one has been indicated by radar, and the hail size is estimated to be 2 3/4 inches baseball size hail, and the other one has been observed and expires in 20 minutes. They're in the same county. We got 6 severe thunderstorm warnings in Texas, Florida, and Oklahoma, and 2 in Canada. 6 flash flood warnings in South Carolina, North Carolina, New Mexico. 11 special marine warnings in Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, and apparently offshore out of jurisdiction. 14 special weather statements in North Carolina, Montana, Florida, Arkansas, I think I said North Carolina, Mississippi, Tennessee, South Carolina, Oklahoma. And now let's take a look at where the tornado warning is located. Okay, so let's go to Texas. Let's go to Texas, and where is that tornado warning? Well, they're located in La Mesa, Texas. Do have some storm chasers present. Let's pull up the single site radar, and the nearest one is in Lubbock. Okay, so I see there's a major hook echo. Look at this, folks. A hook echo. It's well defined. Let's turn on the velocity radar, see where it is. Okay, so that right there is the radar. Alright, and we do have very strong winds that are moving away and moving that way, which means that there is a tornado present in La Mesa, Texas. It's pretty bad. There's plenty of supercell thunderstorms present, and let's check the debris using correlation coefficient, and it turns out that there's plenty of debris on the western side and as well as on the southeast and eastern side. Now let's see where that tornado is moving. Okay. Yeah, it's moving that way, folks. You saw it. You saw it. Just hope that the folks take cover and make sure that they are in the basement of storm cellar or in a interior room, and if they're outside, just take cover in a ditch, cover your head, but definitely don't take shelter under an overpass, because that will do you no good. Okay, and now that it was just only one tornado, or one supercell, as I should say, now let's get back to the overall radar right now and see what's going on right now. So in the northeast, let's play the radar for that 3-hour loop. And it turns out that there's been some scattered showers that are moving towards the east through the interior portion of New England. Now it's part of Vermont and Western Massachusetts problem. Elsewhere, Pennsylvania and New Jersey, well, you're not getting much. Just a few clouds, especially in the Delmarva Peninsula. It's gone away, those showers. But there's plenty of it in the Appalachian Mountains, like West Virginia. But although there are some thunderstorms present near Beckley, West Virginia. Elsewhere throughout the Old Dominion, in the southern part of the state, some showers are there. But in North Carolina, there's plenty of action, especially in South Carolina. Plenty of storms in the form of flash flood warnings, special weather statements that issue strong thunderstorms in the area, along with some maritime hazards that are occurring throughout South Carolina, down towards the Space Coast through Cape Canaveral. And there are plenty of strong thunderstorms present throughout Central Florida, especially just outside of Disney World, Universal. Yet there are plenty of, there's a special weather statement just offshore, but that's probably gone now. Elsewhere in Georgia, there are some scattered showers present as storms move east, but they're only spotty though, with a few thunderstorms present, but it's nothing as much as before. The past 3 hours, plenty of thunderstorms in northern Mississippi and in parts of northern Alabama, although they may have dissipated. Tennessee, you're seeing plenty of storms rolling in. They're all spotty, but they're moving east. And the day's not over for them. Arkansas, plenty of action on the northeastern part of the state. The special weather statement present between Little Rock and in Jonesboro. Just a few showers and storms just south of Little Rock. Louisiana. There's plenty of storms, especially in the southern parts of Alabama, Mississippi, New Orleans area. Anywhere just south of Baton Rouge, southeast, and the rest of southeastern Louisiana. It's quite stormy. Western Texas isn't looking too good, along with eastern New Mexico. Plenty of storms to go around, but yet there is one severe thunderstorm warning in Texas and a flash flood warning in New Mexico. There is there is a severe thunderstorm warning present in Abilene, Texas. Of course, I did mention there's a tornado warning in La Mesa, along with a flash flood warning. In Oklahoma, storms rolling in through Oklahoma City towards the surrounding areas. Yep, storm is moving east towards eastern Oklahoma and going into Arkansas. Yet there's more weather to go around, heading towards the panhandles of Oklahoma and Texas. Now we move on to the Ohio Valley, where there's showers and some storms rolling in across the region. But so far it's kind of dry throughout Ohio and northern Indiana and northern Illinois, especially Chicago. Things are looking up throughout... Well, wait, actually there are some spotty showers in central eastern Michigan, right around Lake Huron. Yeah, clouds are forming just south of Detroit. Plenty of clouds in either side of Michigan, of the lower part of Michigan, but it's all clear in the upper peninsula of Michigan. Spotty showers in Wisconsin, but some in the form of storms on the western side. Showers and storms moving south in the eastern part of Minnesota, especially in the Minneapolis, St. Paul area. Moving towards Iowa, where they're getting some showers and thunderstorms. They're spotty, though, especially in eastern Nebraska and eastern Kansas. And some showers moving in towards the east from right here. Southern Kansas. The Dakotas are mostly dry, but just some showers and storms on the eastern edge of South Dakota. Let's see what we got for the Northern Rockies. So more showers and thunderstorms are occurring throughout places like the Bitterroot Mountains, Idaho, western Montana, western and southern Wyoming. Oh yeah, and let's not forget about the southern and eastern parts of Idaho. And there are some storms that are rolling in through Colorado, but yet the northeastern part of the state is dry. There are more showers and thunderstorms still occurring throughout much of the Beehive State and on the eastern side of Nevada, but just to the north of Vegas. Of course, I did mention about New Mexico, just some few clouds in western New Mexico, and some showers, and plenty of clouds in southwestern Arizona, and as well as northern Arizona, but there's a special weather statement just on the northern side of the Grand Canyon. A few showers on the eastern end of Arizona. California, you're mostly dry, just a few showers present in the eastern part of Southern California. Oregon is dry right now, and there are plenty of showers on the northeastern part of Washington State. Just a few showers and clouds on the northern end, just north of Seattle. There's a special weather statement there, which means it's enough to issue. It's enough. Thunderstorms are present there. They're strong enough, but not even close to a severe thunderstorm warning, though. Sorry about that. Now, there's only one tornado warning left, but just hope that everyone is safe there. Now let's transition to weather. Let me just refresh the page. Let's see if I can try to make this quick. Okay, so what do we got? So we got a surface low just off of Cape Cod. Winds are actually generally moving from the southwest, moving towards the northeast. But in places like Long Island, winds are shifting to the east. And in Boston, winds are actually coming from on shore from the ocean, but yet it's moving towards Martha's Vineyard and then towards the center low. But temperature-wise, in northern New England, they're in the 50s to low 60s. Southern New England, temperatures are in the mid-50s to mid-60s. Upstate New York, temperatures are in the 50s to mid-60s. But in places throughout the New York City area, they're actually ranging from the low 60s to upper 60s to low 70s. In Pennsylvania, temperatures are in the mid-50s to mid-60s, along with southern New Jersey. The Delmarva Peninsula, temperatures are in the 60s. The western side of the Chesapeake Bay in Maryland, temperatures are in the low to upper 60s, including the Washington, D.C. area. West Virginia, temperatures are in the upper 50s to upper 60s. In Virginia, hold on a minute, folks. Never mind. We do have temperatures that are in the 60s for the most part, but the wind speed generally mostly they're no more than 20 miles per hour, even just up to 25 along the lake shores, and as well as parts of the Adirondacks too. Oh my god. Hold on, let me mute the mic. Alright, I'm back. Now let's go throughout the rest of the Mid-Atlantic, and Carolinas do have calmer winds of no more than 20 miles an hour. But yet, generally, winds are coming from the southwest. Temperature-wise, throughout the Carolinas, they're in the upper 60s to mid-70s. Now let's take a look at Georgia, where the strongest winds are in the southwestern part of the state. They're coming from the southwest, moving up to 20 miles an hour, or 25 miles an hour. But elsewhere throughout the state, it's light and variable. Temperatures are in the upper 60s to mid-70s. Florida, you have winds that are, coming from the Gulf on the western side of the state, whereas on the Atlantic side, winds are moving from the south, paralleling or coming the coast, or coming from the coast, moving towards the northeast. Temperature-wise, they're in the 70s to mid-80s. Tennessee, winds are light and variable. Temperatures are in the 60s to mid-70s. Mississippi, Alabama, winds are also light and variable, but on the coast, they're coming from the southwest. And the temperatures are in the 70s to low 80s there. Louisiana, much of the state. Hold on just a minute, folks. So sorry about that, folks. Much of Louisiana is light and variable in terms of winds, but on the coastal side, winds are coming from the Gulf, blowing up to no more than 50 miles an hour. Temperature wise, they're in the 80s. Arkansas, winds are coming from the northwest, but yet they're moving towards the east. They're becoming light and variable, though, on the eastern side. Temperatures are in the 70s to low 80s. In Texas, the northern part of the state, the winds are actually coming from the north, but in the southern part of the state, winds coming from the Gulf, but some of the winds moving towards the north, but otherwise moving towards the west, towards western Texas. Eastern side, light and variable. Okay, so let's talk temperatures. So the temperatures range from the 60s to mid 70s there in the panhandle of Texas. Western side, temperatures are in the mid 70s to upper 80s there, or else to the low 90s. Southern part of the state, temperatures are in the 80s to low 90s. Eastern Texas, temperatures are in the upper 70s to mid 80s. Northern Texas, temperatures are in the 70s to low 80s. Oklahoma, winds, well, I forgot to mention that eastern Texas is light and variable, but in southern and western Texas, winds are moving about 30 up to 30 miles an hour, and maybe a little higher in a few areas. Oklahoma, winds are generally coming from the north, but in the western panhandle, winds are shifting towards the west. Winds are moving at 20 to 30 miles an hour in the central part of the state. Temperatures are in the 60s to mid 70s there. The Ohio Valley, Kentucky do have light and variable winds. Ohio, winds are coming from the northwest, blowing up to no more than 20 miles an hour. Indiana, winds are actually mostly light and variable on the southern part. They're moving towards the south. Illinois, in the northern part of Illinois, winds are coming from the northwest, blowing towards the east. Southern side moving towards the south, mostly light and variable, but only up to 20 miles an hour as the maximum, as well as Indiana, wherever the winds are the strongest. Kentucky, temperatures are in the upper 60s to mid 70s there. Ohio, temperatures are in the 60s, as well as Indiana, as well as Illinois, and as well as Michigan. Upper Peninsula Michigan, temperatures are in the mid 50s, mid 60s there. But wind wise, they're generally blowing from the west, no more than 20 miles an hour. In Wisconsin, winds are generally moving from the west, but blowing at no more than 20 miles an hour. Temperature wise, they're in the mid 50s to low 70s there. Minnesota, winds are, well, in northern Minnesota, winds are generally moving from the west towards the east, but some places are moving just slightly to the southeast before they shift towards the northeast. Southern part of the state, winds are moving towards the south. Some areas do have winds of up to 20 to 25 miles an hour. Northern half of the state, temperatures are in the 70s, upper 60s to mid 70s. Lower part of the state, temperatures are in the 60s to low 70s there. Iowa, winds are generally moving from the north, blowing it up to 20 miles an hour. Temperature-wise, they're in the 60s. Missouri, winds are generally moving from the west, from the north, and even southeastern Missouri, they're moving from the northeast. But they're moving at no more than 20 to 25 miles an hour, and they converge in south central Missouri. Temperature wise, they're in the 60s. Kansas and Nebraska, Kansas generally has winds coming from the north. Eastern side, they're blowing up to 20 miles an hour. Elsewhere, calmer. Sorry about that. The northern, the eastern part of Nebraska, up to 20 miles an hour. Winds are coming from the north, light and variable. In the western part of Nebraska, which temperatures, they're in the 60s. In the Dakotas, you do have a high pressure surface high in South Dakota. The winds are mostly light and variable, but on the western side, winds are blowing up to 25 miles an hour towards the northwest, and on the south side, winds are blowing towards the south and east. And North Dakota, winds blowing up to 25 miles an hour. Western side moving towards the north, eastern side moving towards the east. With temperatures in South Dakota being in the 60s to low 70s. North Dakota, temperatures are in the upper 60s to mid 70s. Now let's go to the northern part of the state. The northern Dakotas. The northern Rockies, I mean. Winds are calmer throughout much of Wyoming and eastern Idaho, and as well as southern Montana. But on the eastern side of Montana, winds are moving towards the northwest, western Montana from the west, Idaho generally from the west, western Wyoming, southeastern part of Wyoming, they're moving towards the southeast. Winds are light and variable on the northwestern corner. Southeast winds are actually light and variable, but on the eastern edge, winds are coming from the Great Plains moving towards the northwest, including the northeastern side, of up to 20 miles an hour, but on the southwestern side, they're blowing at around 30 miles an hour. Temperature-wise, they range, on the eastern side, they're in the 70s, in the center part of Montana, temperatures are in the 80s. Bozeman's at 73. The western part of Montana is in the 70s. Idaho, temperatures are in the 70s in the northern half of the state, but the southern part of the state, temperatures are in the 80s. Wyoming, temperatures are in the 60s to mid 70s there. Take a look at Colorado, where winds are mostly light and variable, but on the western side, winds are coming from the south, shifting towards the southeast. They converge in New Mexico, southeastern part of Colorado. Winds are moving from the northeast, but wind speed-wise, moving up to 30 miles an hour in the southern part of the state. Temperatures, you have the Rocky Mountains, the eastern side of Colorado, temperatures range from the mid-50s to mid-60s there. Southern part of the state, 68 in Alamosa, 82 in Grand Junction. Utah, winds are generally moving from the northwest, but much of the state is quite light. But in places like western and northern and even eastern Utah, winds are moving up to 25 miles an hour, a little higher in a few areas. Temperatures are in the 70s to mid-80s in the northern half of the state. Southern part of the state, temperatures are from the mid-70s to upper 90s, mid-90s, I should say. You have Nevada. Winds are in the northern part of the state, moving up to 25 miles an hour, moving towards the east and shift towards the south. But throughout the rest of the state, winds are light and variable. So you have on the northern side of Nevada, temperatures are in the mid-70s to mid-80s. Las Vegas, it's 100 degrees. New Mexico, winds are stronger, up to 30 to 40 miles an hour near Albuquerque. But on the southern side, winds on the western side, winds are coming from the west, eastern side from the east. They converge on the northern side of New Mexico. Let's take a look at the temperatures. So what do we have here? Temperatures in the northern half of the state, they range from the upper 70s to upper 80s. Lower part of the state, temperatures range from the low 70s to upper 80s. Arizona, the western part of the state is moving from the south, actually moving towards the Grand Canyon. Eastern side, moving towards the east. And the northeastern part of the state, also moving towards the east. Winds are stronger near Phoenix, up to 25 to 30 miles an hour. Temperature-wise, they range from 65 in Flagstaff to 88 in Kingman. Southern part of the state, temperatures are in the 90s. California, well, offshore winds are stronger, up to 50 miles an hour, paralleling the California coast, but Southern California, winds are becoming light and variable. And in the Central Valley, California, winds are coming from the bay, and they're moving up to 20 miles an hour, but some areas 30. We do have 97 in DO, 68 in San Diego, 77 in LA, 93 in Bakersfield and Fresno. Temperatures are in the mid 70s to low 80s in the Bay Area. 97 in both Chico and Sacramento, and as well as Redding, and 59 in Eureka. Now, the Pacific Northwest, generally they're coming from the coast, but yet offshore winds are blowing towards the south, paralleling the coast. But winds are stronger, blowing at around 30 miles an hour, a little higher in some areas on the leeward side of the Cascades, but it's calmer on the windward side. Temperatures are in the upper 60s to low 80s in Oregon. Washington State, temperatures are in the low 60s to mid 70s. Let's go to gusts. Stronger gusts are in southwestern Georgia, southeast Alabama, and the Panhandle of Florida, where winds are blowing at around 30 to 40 miles per hour coming from the southwest. From the Rockies, the southern Rockies, and the desert southwest in New Mexico, winds are converging. They're blowing at around 40 to 60 miles an hour. And similar story, but except it's a little higher with about 60 to 70 miles an hour in the leeward in the Cascades and the Bitterroot Mountains. Moving towards the northeast, though. Humidity, there's plenty of humidity in the interior portion of the northeast, and as well as offshore of Cape Cod, the southeast as well, parts of the mid-Atlantic, especially the mid-Mississippi Valley. And finally, what we have here, rainfall accumulation, where so a lot of rain, just up to an inch in the mid-Atlantic, but in South Carolina and Georgia, it's estimated to be about 2 to 3 inches of rain, just a little higher in a few areas, up to 4 inches in southern Illinois and Indiana, as well as northern Kentucky near Louisville. And as well, and in the southern part of Oklahoma, it's estimated to be about 3 to 5 inches of rain there. And as well as southern parts of southern Texas, up to 2 to 4 inches of rain. Let's go here. Go. So what do we have here? There's a trough that's located in the Central Plains, and as well as an upper level low over Baja California, and a least impressive looking trough over British Columbia, and a small but vaguely looking ridge just over northern New Mexico, or northern Mexico, I mean, and a ridge, a well-defined ridge just off the southeast, which means wet weather is occurring throughout the northern Rockies, and as well as the Ohio Valley, the southeast, the interior northeast as well, and as well as throughout much of the south. 24 hours later, which is tomorrow night, it's going to be a trough. It's going to be over. It's going to be over the Great Lakes region, over Pennsylvania, and another one just located in the Hudson Bay. And there's going to be a ridge that's going to sit over the Great Basin and an upper level low that's going to be over Baja California, which means wet weather is going to occur in the East Coast, which means that they're going to get some severe weather, strong to severe weather, I should say, and some wet weather in the Pacific Northwest. Let's go to Saturday night. It's going to be a trough. It's going to occur throughout the Northeast, over the Northeast, a ridge, a deep ridge over the Northern Rockies, and a trough over British Columbia, which means that there's going to be wet weather in the Pacific Northwest, the East Coast, and parts of the South. Dry weather would set in throughout parts of the central part of the country. And finally, by Sunday night, that trough would start slightly moving east towards over New England and Quebec and the St. Lawrence River Valley. A ridge, it's going to be over the Rockies. A trough over California and the Pacific Northwest, British Columbia, which means there's going to be wet weather throughout parts of the Northwest, and the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic would still get some wet weather. Parts of the South as well. Now let's switch back to radar Omega. And now let's switch gears to talk about what's going to happen in the next few days. Talk temperatures. So plenty of very hot temperatures in the early morning hours in Florida and the Gulf Coast of Texas and Louisiana. But yeah, it's still warm throughout the East Coast, the rest of the South, desert Southwest in California. Mild conditions throughout Utah and the coastal part of the Pacific Northwest, Northern Rockies, as well as the Great Lakes region and the Ohio Valley and the interior Northeast. It's going to get really cold in the Rockies and especially in the Cascades. It's going to get super hot throughout the central part of the country, but it's really hot in southern Texas, parts of South Florida. California is going to get super baked along with the desert Southwest, along of ridiculous people. Chilly weather throughout the West Virginia and the interior portion of Virginia. It's going to get really hot in the Pacific Northwest and parts of the Great Basin. It's going to get super hot. Warm conditions throughout the Great Lakes region and the Northeast. So what happens on Saturday morning? So Saturday morning, there's going to be plenty of warm weather in Florida and the southern tip of Texas and the Gulf Coast. Desert Southwest, Central Valley, California, mild conditions throughout the center part of the country, East Coast, and the Great Basin and the Pacific Northwest. Cold temperatures in the Rockies, and chilly temperatures in the northern half of the Great Lakes. By Saturday afternoon, by Saturday evening, it's going to be very hot temperatures in the southern plains in Texas, Great Basin, desert Southwest, California, leeward side of the Cascades, and hot temperatures throughout the Great Plains. Chilly weather in the interior Northeast and the Cascades. Sunday morning, very chilly temperatures in the Pacific Northwest, the interior Northeast, Great Lakes, and Ohio Valley. But it's going to get warm in South Florida and South Texas. Warmth to go around in the desert Southwest and much of California, and throughout the rest of the South and the Northern Plains. Finally, very hot temperatures widespread throughout Texas, California, and parts of the Great Basin, and as well as the Western Plains. Chilly temperatures in the interior Northeast. Dew point for tomorrow morning. Very, very moist in the Gulf Coast. Plenty of moisture starts building up along the East Coast and the rest of the South. And much of parts of the West Coast, though. There's still plenty of good amount of humidity throughout the Great Lakes region. Not here. Tomorrow night, plenty of moisture in the Gulf Coast and East Coast too. Oh yeah, and let's not forget about parts of the West Coast, dealing with excessive moisture. But elsewhere, there's a lot of moisture in the Great Lakes region and the Ohio Valley, the Great Plains, interior Northeast. Saturday morning is going to be very moist in Florida, in Texas, and parts of Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama. Just excessive moisture along the Gulf Coast, but still plenty of moisture to go around it in the East Coast, Ohio Valley, the Great Plains, and parts of the West Coast. Saturday night, it's going to get very moist in the southern plains, southern Texas, southern Florida. Still plenty of moisture throughout the coastal part of the Northeast. The rest of the South, it would still be very moist, but not as much as southern plains and South Florida and South Texas. But there's going to be a good amount of moisture throughout the Mississippi Valley, and still persistent moisture throughout the West Coast and the leeward side of the Cascades. And so, now what about Sunday morning? Still moisture throughout Florida, parts of Florida, southern Texas, and plenty of moisture throughout the rest of the South, and as well as the Great Plains, and even parts of Southern California too. Finally, by Sunday night, plenty of moisture throughout South Florida, Gulf Coast of Texas, Southern Plains, and parts of the Southeast, and as well as the Northern Plains. And let's not forget about Northern California. But yet, moisture will start moving in towards the desert Southwest, which means what weather could be in the making. Let's take a look at Cape for tomorrow morning. There's going to be Cape, plenty of Cape, a lot of Cape throughout Florida, southern Texas, but a good amount of Cape throughout the rest of the South, and the Ohio Valley and the Mid-Atlantic, and parts of the Great Basin and Rocky Mountains, but not as much as the South. A lot of Cape throughout the eastern half of the Gulf Coast, And, oh yeah, throughout the Gulf Coast, I mean. A good amount of Cape. Throughout parts of the West Coast, the Rockies, and parts of the Great Basin, Mississippi Valley, Great Lakes region, and especially parts of the Mid-Atlantic in the southeast. Saturday morning, plenty of Cape throughout Florida, southern Texas, southern tip of Texas. Just a good amount of Cape throughout western Texas and New Mexico, and as well as parts of the Ohio Valley and the interior Northeast. And what about Saturday night? Saturday night, there's a good amount of Cape throughout Florida, Texas, and the Great Plains, Mississippi Valley, and even the Mid-Atlantic, the Rocky Mountains, Great Basin, and California, and the leeward side of the Cascades. Sunday, it's going to be still a good amount of Cape in throughout Florida, the peninsula part of Florida, much of Texas, southern plains, mid-Mississippi Valley, Rocky Mountains. Finally, a lot of Cape throughout much of the country, but it gets worse in the southern plains and even parts of South Florida. Good amount of Cape throughout the rest of the South, southern Texas, Great Plains, Rocky Mountains, Great Basin, even the desert Southwest and much of California. Let's take a look at precipitation for tomorrow morning. Okay, so what do we have here? We have plenty of storms that will occur throughout the East Coast. Showers, especially along the Gulf Coast, much of Texas getting some storms. The Ohio Valley, mid-Mississippi Valley, and even just some showers in eastern Montana, and stray showers in New Mexico, and even stray showers along the California coast. What do we have here for tomorrow night? Plenty of storms throughout the eastern third of the country, and as well as the Gulf Coast. Rocky Mountains. Let's take a look at Saturday morning. Saturday morning, more storms will plague throughout the Northeast, Mid-Atlantic, and even Florida, and even Texas. Even just a little bit of storms in the Dakotas. And some showers throughout parts of Southern California. Then we have Saturday night. Saturday night, spotty showers and storms throughout the Great Plains, Southern Rockies, parts of the Great Northern Plains. More storms throughout the Mid-Atlantic and the Northeast, and as well as parts of Florida. Some showers throughout California and Nevada, and even the Pacific Northwest. Then we have more storms in South Florida, parts of the Northeast as well, Southern Plains. And even some storms will start to pop up throughout parts of the desert Southwest, Southern California, and some stray showers along the rest of the California coast and Oregon and Washington State. And finally, still plenty of wet weather throughout the interior Northeast, parts of the Southeast, South Florida, much of Texas. Oh yeah, and the desert Southwest will get some rain, and as well as the Great Basin and the Northern Rockies, the Rocky Mountains too. Let's check the snowfall amount, see if there's any. So far, I'm not getting any, folks. But I think that's it. For the most part. Just only limited to Canada. Alright. Might as well just go ahead and put the precipitation back. Like here. So there's only still one tornado warning. Just located in that area there. Alright, so what's the weather topic of the day? Okay, just give me a moment, folks, while I turn on the light. Okay, I think I can hear background music. Hold on. Alright, the weather topic of the day is Virga. What is Virga? Virga is a meteorological term referring to rain or snow that falls from a cloud but evaporates before reaching the surface. This phenomenon is associated... Sorry about that. Thought I heard something. Let's try again. What is Virga? Virga is a meteorological term referring to rain or snow that falls from a cloud before... Virga is a meteorological term referring to rain or snow that falls from a cloud but evaporates before reaching the surface. This phenomenon is described as wispy or streaky trails of precipitation extending from the cloud base. Well, folks, okay, so basically a Virga means that you're going to get rain from clouds, but sometimes rain just falls and then evaporates before it reaches the ground. Some raindrops do succeed in becoming raindrops that hit the surface. Other times they're just big old raindrops that suddenly just evaporate based on the height and as well as the amount of precipitation there is in each cloud. But of course, the definition matters more. Alright, folks, I'm going to leave it there, and I will stream for you guys tomorrow, but the type of stream that I'm actually going to do, we're still going to do Minecraft, though, but it's actually going to split into two. Instead of me streaming for you guys once for 2 hours, tomorrow I will be streaming for you guys twice, but 1 hour per stream, though. Meaning that I'll start at 6 to 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time for the first part. The second part, I will start at 10 p.m. to past 11 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. That's part 2. Alright, you got that message? Now, the only thing that would be a benefit would be for y'all to hit me with a follow and turn on a notification so that you guys will know I'll be streaming the next time. Alright? That way you guys will know that I'll be streaming that time or at any random time, for whatever reason. Alright? Alright, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow. And until then, hit me with a follow and turn on the notifications. Love you all. Peace out, everybody. Signing out, and stay safe out there. And look at that. Tornado warning is gone. Alright. Bye-bye.